What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Good morning. Good midday. Good afternoon. Where are you? Where are you? Wherever you are across the nation. Welcome back. It's the List Perfectly Clara and Amanda Friday YouTube extravaganza. Back weekly for your viewing and listening pleasure. So last week, ladies and gentlemen, was such a hit. Um, Thanks, Kathy. We'll look into that. But welcome, Kathy. Welcome, One Girl's Vintiques. Thanks for being here. And more people are going to be coming in. So we're doing this every Friday, 11 Pacific, and we feature guests and topics. Last week was so popular, we decided to bring back the fantastic ladies, Kim Koala Trading Company, and then the epically growing social media influencer, Refashioned Hippie, also known as Maggie and Ripley. Is it Maggie and Ripley on Poshmark? And we'll talk about that. Sorry, I forgot. I had a little brain freeze up. But I got to tell you something. I'm going to do a little plug here. So, Refashioned Hippie across the board and on her fantastic YouTube. I watched her live the other night. It was fun, informing, and hilarious. So, if you haven't, you got to tune in to Maggie's lives and just Maggie's Refashioned Hippie, her social media in general. She's great. She's fantastic. Kim is great too, but I don't think Kim has a YouTube channel yet, but we'll get her on there. But anyway, so we are revisiting Poshmark today. We're going to dive a bit deeper. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. I'm hearing something from the studio, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and if you didn't know, you can share on Poshmark now from List Perfectly. So we talked about that last week. So maybe you'll have to listen. I would imagine we'll touch on it today. It's in beta. So we want you to get in there. More stuff is coming. All you got to do is opt into the Pro Plus plan from the Pro plan, and all the info is on the website. You should check out our fabulous new notification system or let us know if you have any questions, but check that out. Club Red 97 Posh sharing is another game changer, and it is, and there's more stuff coming, ladies and gentlemen, so be excited about that. But so this week we're fine-tuning the message a bit, going to go a little more into do's and don'ts, sharing etiquette, uh how to succeed on Poshmark, how it works, how ensconced they are in the community, why sharing is important, all of that across the board, talking about community engagement, posh parties, posh lives. Refashioned Hippie goes live 4 million times a week. She never has time to talk to me anymore. Poshmark, YouTube, across the board. She's truly an influencer and can give you all the advice. And then, as you know, Clara and Amanda have been selling combined nearly 20 something years on across the board. So they walk the walk, they talk the talk, they speak it. They are in the green room. They've got their coffee, they've got their water. But first, ladies and gentlemen, let's start out with a couple quick news tidbits and just some breaking interesting news. And why not start? Thank you so much. I see Club Red 97. This is in case I forget my name on the live. I can tell you that it is Doug. Let's start with some Poshmark news. So Poshmark's leaning into Earth Month, Earth Day, and they've partnered with several brands, and they're going to do a series of live shopping events during Earth Month, which is where we are now, the midst of Earth Month. My wife doesn't let me forget Earth Day because it's also her birthday, and we add a B to Earth for her day. The brands that Poshmark is partnering with include Rothy's, Christy Dawn, Packed, Woven, Chloe Bella, Whimsy, and Row and A Day. And so there'll be live events on the platform via the Posh Show live shopping feature. So you'll be able to watch and posh and shop. And they will donate, Poshmark is going to donate 10% of the net gross merchandise value from each show to tree planting efforts. So that's cool. And they are offering more than $15,000 in Posh credit prizes to sellers who list, buy, or reposh during certain eligible times during this Earth Month. And then tune in, ladies and gentlemen, because later this month, List Perfectly, we do some, we're very into sustainability, very into the earth, very into what resellers do to help the earth. We're doing some stuff towards the end of the month and into early May too. So it's very exciting. And I believe Refashioned Hippie might be helping us out with that. And then, ladies and gentlemen, this is an interesting one, some eBay news that I've seen people excited about and people questioning this, but I think it's the next step in what they're trying to do with this vertical. So Golden Auctions, which is one of the major sports auction houses in the sports collectibles industry, has been acquired by eBay. It was announced this week. And this was part of a series of transactions between eBay and Collectors Holdings, who previously owned Golden. So eBay says that these deals are going to enhance the trading and card hobby, bringing customer-focused innovations and opportunities to trading card influencers and collectors. And so what this is going to do, basically, high level, ladies and gentlemen, up the funnel, is this is going to combine service offerings from each brand to kind of they say remove some of the friction from the processes and launch a new program to buy, sell, grade, and store trading cards and collectible card games. And so this partnership is also going to extend grading services to customers in the US through what they say is going to be a simple and streamlined process. So this is interesting, in that vertical. If you're in that, trading cards are big. So we'll see. And then again, it's great to see Poshmark leaning into Earth Month. And so, speaking of Poshmark, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we're going to up the energy level and I'm going to bring my friends in and we're going to get rocking and rolling. So, let me introduce my good friend, my good amiga, my buena amiga, the Muchichimo lady, bringing up the energy level. The fabulous Clara is here, ladies and gentlemen. And then I wanted to have her laughing when she came in.
That's amazing. Welcome and good morning, everybody. Thank you for the beautiful intro. I'm always full of energy because I'm so excited about what we're saying today. Thank you for the amazing intro, Doug.
Of course, of course. And then here comes, close on the heels, the fabulous Amanda, our amazing CEO. And here we have the co-founders of List Perfectly. And what I love about these ladies is I hinted at it earlier. They are sellers. They've sold for nearly 20 years together. They know the pain points. They speak the talk and walk the walk. So it's not, I say this because other options out there, it's not people that are just taking advantage of a business opportunity. These
Right.
are they everything they started for themselves, they used for themselves, and then at some point thought, hey, maybe other people would like this. And then the community connection aspect works so well with platforms like Poshmark.
That's right. That's right. We know the pain, especially of trying to sell on Poshmark in the confusion, especially if you're an eBayer and you're trying to share and you come to Poshmark, you're like, sharing? What's that? Why should I do it? Why should I share someone else's stuff? How is that going to help me? That freaked me out with Amanda. We were absolutely lost when we started to share to sell in Poshmark back in 2008. 16 we started. That was insane, I have to say. Very scary, Mandy. Scary days. Remember, we have no idea.
Yeah. I mean, they were one of the pioneer of social commerce.
Yep.
They really put a lot into buy from your community,
That's
sell
right.
to your community, and they encourage that right from the very start. And
Yeah, and I
kudos
think
to
we
them.
came very eBay minded. Remember, we're like, I just want to
Yep.
pay and just promote my listings, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Just
Right.
what is it? Do you have like an anchor store or what, a closet or something? We were so lost with Amanda, but it's been what a journey since 2016, from being just a Poshmark seller that we had no idea what we were doing, from last year to be the main sponsors of PoshFest in San Diego, California, 2023. What a journey, Mandy, huh?
Yeah. I have a little story too. I don't know if you remember this, Clara,
No.
but when we first started selling on Poshmark, we were so new to the idea of
Yeah.
sharing that
Uh-huh.
I remember um, all of a sudden people would start like following us and then they would share our closet. And we were like, what
Why?
is this? And then we got a couple of messages saying, hey, by the way, I've been sharing your closet. Be sure to share mine. And we're like, what?
Huh?
So that was a really interesting thing about Poshmark, that they really do encourage the community share,
Yeah.
not just about sharing for yourself, but getting in there and sharing your other people's things.
Absolutely. No, that was shocking. But what would be List Perfectly without the help of our amazing community, without the help of Doug? Don't forget that Doug worked on eBay for years, I believe. I hope I'm not. Yeah. So yeah, he worked on community and everything. He did events. He worked with Griff, with Brian. You know that they're amazing. We miss you, Brian. Griff, keep going. And we have here a lot of experience today, but what would be of List Perfectly without our amazing community? And some our guests today are the same guests from last week, but this is because you ask and we deliver.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a big topic. We had to continue the conversation. There's so much to cover. It was hard to do it all in 1 hour. So kudos. Let's dive in.
All right. Well, so I'll let you guys take over. I'll be downstairs if you need me.
Thank you, Daggy.
All
Thank
right.
you so much. Okay, appreciate it. Oh, would you be so kind to share Maggie's List Perfectly discount code? If you don't have List Perfectly, we're gonna introduce here Brie Fashion Hippie. Let's get her up to stage. There she
Hi,
is.
everyone.
Welcome, Maggie Weber, Refashion Hippie Part 2.
I was so happy to be here, but when Doug paused before introducing me, it was like, oh God, what is he going to say? Like, that man knows me. It could go bad fast. Okay.
And the viewers, Maggie comes and the viewers go up. Okay, thank you, Maggie. Thank you so much. But we're also we met Maggie through List Perfectly. She was just a customer of List Perfectly. And then our relationship grew to a friend and collaborator of many, many projects. And this is, we're not paying her, okay? She's not getting paid to be here. And I know. So what we do, okay, you're going to do, if you don't have List Perfectly, or if you have a simple or business plan or a pro plan, okay? So you need today to get to the pro plus plan, whatever you have. In the code, refashion, just refashion. No worries about caps, low, whatever, is going to get you 30% off. And don't worry if you're on the simple plan or business, because if you switch plans, you still get the 30% off with Maggie Weber, her discount code refashioned. And because today is not only we're joined by Maggie, because she just started to test a sharing tool that we're going to be talking about, right? We're going to talk about sharing tools, right? But what would be List Perfectly without our amazing, amazing community manager, Kimberly Rose?
Everybody, happy Friday.
Welcome, my love. Welcome, everybody. How are you, Kim, today?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you guys?
Good to have you here, because you have, in case you don't know, not only she manages our community, but she works very closely with Amanda testing. She's the one with Teresa Cox, Team Annie. She's on the chat right now, okay? You're welcome to ask any questions, take advantage of her experience. But, okay, she's the one testing every day from sharing to List Perfect. Yes, I said it, List Perfectly sharing tool. List Perfectly sharing tool. Yes, welcome, List Perfectly to the sharing too. But Amanda, are we gonna stop at sharing, or are we gonna build more stuff?
Oh, we're just getting started. Yeah, this is how we're starting. We're starting with what we know that's like really important on Poshmark, is that you just start sharing your closet, and you share your followers' closets. And so, or the items that they've just shared, you share them again too. So there's so much about sharing that's
Yeah.
going to be coming in our sharing tool. This is
Yeah.
just the very beginning, but we thought that, even getting started with this, honestly, the sales are going to roll in. So we just thought, like, let's just get you the tool. You
Yeah.
don't have to pay any extra. Just like it's in beta right now. Just if get in the Pro Plus. We're not charging any extra. It's
But
like,
Amanda, I don't see the Pro Plus on the landing page of List
yeah,
Perfectly. I'm confused. Why? How it looks like you don't have it.
yeah, it's a good question. That is also something that we're testing. Pro Plus is packed with features that make listing faster. We have like we have listing assistant. Let's talk about that for a second.
Yeah.
That's in Pro Plus. That is going to help you
But
list
how do I get
faster.
to the Pro Plus? Because look, let's go
Yep.
here, okay, to List Perfectly, right? And
Yep.
all I can see, if I go to plans and pricing, all I see is simple, business, and pro. And the demos don't say anything about a sharing tool. What's up with that, Mandy?
That's right. That's right. So if it's one of these things, you have to be a List Perfectly customer to know about Pro Plus. It's like, kind of insider information. When you're a List Perfectly customer, you want to check the news feed. When you go to List Perfectly, we keep you up to date with what's going on. So you just go and pop into the news feed, and we're going to give you everything you need to know about, like, what is Pro Plus, how do you get access. And it's really very simple. Like, you're not upgrading at all. It's literally like, I just want to test out the features. So, opt me in. And
Yep.
there's nothing like, we're extending this until December, the end of the year. That's December 31st of this year. So you get it absolutely no extra charge. You just have to be on the pro plan. When you're on the pro plan, you literally, it's a link. You click the button. Yeah, I want to try the features.
$9. And how many? Okay, wait, what's the limit of sharing, or how much extra you're going to charge me, or how does it work?
Nothing extra. There is no limit. There is no limit to your listings. There are no limits
To the sharing?
to the sharing. No limits on the sharing.
Okay, perfect. So there is no limits there. You have it. Okay, but
Yeah.
today we're joined by two Poshmark experts with two radical different journeys. I highly recommend you that if you have a chance, please go and check out the lives from last week, in which we have the part one, in which we were talking about very much the basics about Poshmark. So you can go to our channel, then you click live, and you're gonna see here is Poshmark Sharing, the good, the bad, and the ugly. That was an incredible, very well received session. Okay, and here we are by popular demand. Happy Friday to you all! Yay! Yes, happy Friday finally! And let List Perfectly do the sharing for you. Meanwhile, you go and relax, and then you get your sales. So, Mandy, would you mind if I just jump, because we have breaking news from Maggie? We gave the List Perfectly Poshmark Sharing Tool to Maggie, and she played with it. So, Maggie, I want to hear the good, the bad, and the ugly. Give it to me, okay? Because this is in beta. Our instructions, we just launched instructions. How was that journey to opt in and then also get these? Because I know that you tested, some other service that you never use, okay? Never to share, right? But, okay? But what would you say? Okay, now be my friend, okay? We don't care. Just give us the good, the bad, and the ugly of what you went through with List Perfectly Sharing Tool for Poshmark.
So I want to let you guys know, first of all, it's easy to use. That is really important to me. If you guys know me at all, or if you're new, you can probably see it. I am not a tech person. I am not. And it was really easy to use, which is incredibly important. You guys know, as sellers, we have to be in charge of everything. We're in charge of every aspect of our business, from customer service, shipping, inventory, stock, we have to do all of it. So the fact that I didn't have to learn stuff was so great. But it's one of those things that it just works. And I would never, as Clara said, I would never have used a bot because it's wrong. And because Poshmark doesn't like you when you do it. And if you want to grow your Poshmark business, you should not make them mad. But I looked up some other videos of terrible people who have used bots, who I will no longer associate with. But this is comparable to those bot services too. So, I mean, it's the fact that other people don't have to pay for an additional thing anymore is great. The fact that it's all integrated in the same page is great. I need that so much. You guys know, again, your resellers, you know what it's like to have like 57 tabs open on your computer. The fact that I can set this to just run when I want it to, that's the most important thing for me, because again, it's a jumble up here. But yeah, that is something that I absolutely love. And it's still, I believe, in beta. So I want you guys to know something, and I'm going off track here. I'm waiting for Clara to like give me a signal, but you don't get to talk to CEOs a lot. You're doing it now. Like truly, I mean, this is one of the reasons that I chose List Perfectly initially, is because it is a women-founded, women-led company, but it's because these people are so involved in it. So like if you're here on this live and you type a question in there, they're going to answer it. And to be able to have that kind of like face-to-face communication with the people who are designing this tool for your business, the value is incalculable. So please join now. Check it out now. Come to these lives with your questions now. Or I'm sure, Clara, you can show them how to do it. If you have a suggestion, there's like a place for that because they want it. Yeah. Because they want this service to be better, because that gets them more customers. But they understand what it's like because they started out doing what you're doing now. So please test it out for yourself. Use any code, but mine preferably. It's worth it. You're not going to go back. Trust me, I'm the biggest cheapskate in the world. And I can't go back because it's changed my business so much. But like, you're gonna like it, but give the feedback. If something's not working, let them know. I guarantee they want to know. They want to fix it because they know what we're doing. But yeah, I like it a lot.
I love it. So I was just sharing right now, one of the places that we can have a very intimate communication with our sellers, and we're all over. Okay, I'm so sorry. Kimberly is our group admin. Okay, among other team members, but Kim is constantly there. But I can get tagged anytime. You can tag me, anybody from anybody. We don't need to do it through Kimberly, but or Amanda. So send your questions. You can join to our List Perfectly group in Facebook, and it's a very good place in which you can ask. It's more intimate than Instagram. It's more intimate than here because you can really we can go in depth, okay, to see if you're having an issue that is a marketplace, or is it List Perfectly, or is it, maybe a third party? What is it? What is the situation? So whatever is that situation, we recommend you come to List Perfectly group. But definitely, and thank you again, Kimberly, for doing an amazing job at moderating the group.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
You're so welcome. What would you say it was the trending comments this week on the Facebook group about the sharing tool?
Oh my goodness. It was it was mainly just praise. I mean, and I was really glad to see that, of course, but also glad to see that there wasn't a lot of questions. Not that we don't want those questions, but to know that, it must have been easy out of the gate for everybody involved to start using it, because that was something that I didn't see was, people coming in asking a lot of questions about, how do I use it? What is this? What is that? And that was great to know. It's been great to see that. And like I said, not that we don't want those questions because it's good feedback, but it's also feedback when we don't get questions, because we're like, oh, okay, this is good.
Yeah.
That's a good sign.
Yeah, no.
It's like when you have a dress with pockets and somebody's like, cute dress. And you're like, it has pockets. Like, that's what it's so nice, because it's all resellers. It's all people who are
Maggie, you crack me up.
But it's so nice. Like when sometimes I'll go on the Facebook group and someone will make a comment and I don't have anything good to add, but I'm just like, I know. Like, I'm excitedly just like, yeah, like, that's my value.
I love it. But that resonates, Kim, with what Maggie was saying, the easiness of use. What were challenges? Okay, let's go with the ugly now. What challenges did you have with the tool?
I think, in the beginning, it was more of not knowing what did what. There are different settings. And when we do testing, it's done. This is done for a reason. You basically just get it. You get it, and you don't get instructions, because that's part of it. That's part of, is it going to
The things we make Kimberly go through, guys.
is it going to be something that somebody can grab out of the air and go, okay, and can I do this without, being spoon fed,
Yeah.
So that was, and that's one of the things I'm going, well, what does this do? What does that do? But then again, even when testing, we have little bubbles we can click on that tell us, oh, that's what that setting is for.
That's right.
So it wasn't really a stumbling block.
Okay.
And I really haven't had any issues at all with actually using it.
I'm curious, Kim, did you ever use other sharing tools?
I have used Poshmark's built-in bulk sharing tool.
Oh, okay. I remember you mentioned that,
Yeah, and I have used that. And, going from not having anything to that was amazing, because it was just, it's like, oh my goodness, I can share everything all at once real fast. And, but it has a lot of, there's no settings, there's no, and you have to go in and manually do it, which is, like I said, it was nice to have when I didn't have anything else. But now that I have, List Perfectly Sharing Tool, it's like, sorry, I can't use that one anymore. Like I said, with the List Perfectly one, it does it does it on its own. You don't have to go, oh my gosh, I forgot to share, today, which is really sad to say it that way, because I pretty much would just share once a day because I would forget.
Yeah.
So,
that was the thing. That was the thing that it would happen to you with the Poshmark sharing tool that you mentioned to me. You get on the swing of things and then you forget to do that part, and it becomes a little. And the fact that you cannot select the order with the Poshmark sharing tool, which is something that you can do. Whoever is there on Facebook, never too late, never too late. So, I'm impressed. And you, Maggie, what did you think was a challenge? Did you find any challenge with our sharing Poshmark tool?
So I think Kim's right that it wasn't a problem, but the only thing that I really had to figure out was setting up the specifics in it. And like, I love that List Perfectly, you guys always have a video of like, here's how to use this thing, which is so great. I have a personal challenge. I try to make it as far in the process as possible without turning to that video.
It's your personal game, like a challenge. It's personal.
I always end up giving up and listening to dulcet Patrick tones because I get stuck somewhere. And the thing that got me was the amount that you can share, because I think it's automatically set to like 48 in a row, but you can up that.
Yes.
So that's where I turned back to Patrick. But I made it pretty far. I did pretty good. But yeah, that was the only thing that, like, it wasn't a challenge, but I had to figure it out. But what I like about it, again, is it's very set it and forget it. It's like, now it does what I want it to do and I can go. And that's what I like. Because I have a set enough schedule. I mean, it changes being a mom, but like, I have a set enough schedule of when I do my listings, when I build new listings, when I do my cross posting. So now I just incorporate this into that, and it's much easier than having this other thing, because like Kim said, it's not that that's me. I'm sorry.
Oh, I like your logo.
The magic of computers. It's not hard to remember, it's just easy to forget.
Thank you. Yes, perfectly said.
All right. So one of the things here's Maggie Weber, okay, refashion hippie, okay. We can see her listings, we can see her shares, okay, and then she just recently started using List Perfectly Sharing Tool. And one of the things that I think, Mandy, how did you come up with the idea of doing a tool that would be, safe for our community in order to avoid posh jail? Because that's a reality. Let's talk about posh jail, because that happens. It's a nightmare with those other services that don't put like the right parameters, or they're not building things according to terms of service with Poshmark. How was that for you, Mandy?
Yeah, great question. I mean, a lot of our customers have, anywhere from 100 Poshmark listings in their closet to many, many thousands. So it's real. Like if you think about it, if you have a closet of 100 and you want to share all day, like you could conceivably share your closet like a million times a day. We don't recommend that. And I'm exaggerating, not a million, but you get the idea. Like you can just keep sharing over and over.
Yeah.
Whereas the people with a larger closet, it takes a little while to get through the whole closet. And because of the way that Poshmark has it set up, if you have all of these other people sharing constantly, like you don't want people to overshare,
Yeah.
right? And that's a little bit like etiquette. So what we wanted to do is build in a little etiquette into the tool and say, well,
Nice.
okay, if we share a certain number, how many would that be before it would be too many from Poshmark's standpoint? So then we build in breaks into the Poshmark tool. So you'll
Okay.
actually see, on a 15-minute break or something like that,
Okay.
because that's how it would be if you were sharing normally, like using their bulk share tool. So we wanted to make sure that it really was following the guidelines of Poshmark and it wasn't spammy, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, absolutely. No, incredible. So we did a lot of research. Definitely sharing is something that will increase your visibility and has benefits for the algorithm of Poshmark to increase your closet visibility. And now let's talk about, one of the things, what would you say? Don't do this with the Poshmark sharing tool from It's Perfectly Mandy. What would you say?
Yeah, I would say if you literally have like one item in your closet, you
Okay.
might not want to set the setting to share both closet and feed. You might actually want to start out just by sharing the feed, because your
Oh,
one item it's just the way that it would work. You
yeah.
just like share that over and over and over again. So I would personally recommend just set your sharing to share other people's closet. Meanwhile, you build up your closet to a higher number.
There you go. There you have it. Because oversharing, okay, although Poshmark encourages to share, okay, there is a fine line between engagement and what Poshmark considers spamming. All right. So they don't want to see their feed, okay, with a lot of your listings repeated and repeated. That's spamming, and that's not the etiquette that Poshmark wants. What's your opinion on that, Maggie, please?
Well, as per usual, I have a lot of opinions, but I started on Poshmark, so
Yeah,
Poshmark I think is trying to be the more social selling platform,
that's
and
right.
I didn't really appreciate that when I joined like Depop, because I started sending people messages the same way I do on Poshmark on Depop.
Yeah.
And you would have thought I had broken into their home with a bat. Like the response that I got.
What?
Oh yeah, on Depop, people very much have the opinion of like, if I want something, I will message you. So when I was reaching out to someone and saying like, "Hey, I love the stuff in your closet. You have this really like fun vintage vibe. I don't know if you saw, but I have this jacket." They would be like, "Get the away from me." It's like, okay, like I felt like a country girl who'd gone to New York for a day. Like it was just like, this is not my home. So I mean, each platform really does have its own etiquette.
Yeah.
And following that is really important, because like it's really easy to make people real mad. So I think that, yeah, on Poshmark especially, sharing is not only incredibly important for your algorithm, for the growth of your closet, for your sales, but also just for making those connections that you need to make on Poshmark.
Yeah.
So if you're not doing it, please share. You have to.
Mhm.
The fastest way to kill your closet is to stop sharing. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, limited shares is good. Community shares are great. It's really tempting to just set your closet to share continuously all day forever.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Coming from eBay, that's my temptation, because we're so used to promote ourselves. You see, so it's just very hard for me to conceive that by sharing your closet, okay, which by the way, if I share an item or her closet, okay, me, Clara, as the clothing ball, right? What happens if their stuff is going to show at the top of her feed? So that's the way it works with community. And that's why Manish says that sharing is the way they democratize, because clothing ball is tiny. But Maggie is huge now. Okay, what is your YouTube channel? How many people you have on your YouTube channel?
177,000.
Yes. So
Congratulations.
congratulations, but that's the thing, so how do I do, okay, me, let's say the clothing vault, right, that I don't have, I only have what at least perfectly 7,000, okay, you see, so how do I do that, by sharing and then thinking of community, right?
And you can still share and have it benefit you. I mean, first of all, if somebody shares 15 things from my closet, I'm going to follow them. I'm going to share their listings back. But you can also, if you really like boho clothing, go find boho clothing while you're shopping and having fun. Share those listings that you really like. Let people get to know who you are, what your style is, and help your algorithm with clothing that you might actually be interested in.
Okay, I'm writing. Look, I just literally converted your tip. Let's see if I got it. Look, so pretty much, I hope I got it. Okay, so Maggie's tip I put. Okay, so in other words, aggressive sharing to other followers while sharing to your followers, or within parties is encouraging aggressive sharing items directly to other users' followers, especially without reciprocation or established report, can be seen intrusive and might not be well received. So that's what we're talking about, okay, that, on Depop, this person thought that you were, somehow unwelcome and unreceived, but you just did one message. And that's not spamming. That's not literally, because you came from Poshmark with that social commerce mentality. So that is interesting to see that it's so different, even for Depop, that they identify themselves also as a social commerce platform.
I just have to say, I'm sorry. She just hit us with reciprocation, y'all. Like, why? That's a business lady up there. Like, oh, okay. Carry on. No, absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, no. So, anything now when it comes to let's say what Amanda was talking about, sharing others people listings, okay, and do we this perfectly has that feature as well. What is your setting right now from sharing others people listings and sharing your listings? How are you managing that?
I'm still messing with it, honestly. I'm still trying a bunch of new things with it. No, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I mean, I haven't figured out exactly what I want to do with it yet, because I'm still used to having to do that on Poshmark. So learning to let that go has actually been a little bit difficult for me. Like, it's a good thing, but it's a hard good thing. So I have identified the times that I want to share, which has been really important for me, because like I said, I don't love sharing.
You did your homework. There you go. Pro tip right there. Identifying the times that is best for your business to share. How did you come to that, Maggie?
So 2 big steps. The first one I did independently of my social media stuff. I try to hit people when I think they're on their phones the most. So that's in the morning, like right when you get up, lunchtime, and then when people are like laying down to go to bed, because I mindlessly scroll. I think we all do it. Once I started incorporating more of my social media stuff, I'm trying some new things. Like, I'm a fan of gigantic crazy necklaces.
I love it. It looks so beautiful.
My followers love gigantic crazy necklaces. So I'm now only wearing things that I currently have for sale. So
nice.
When I do a live, for example, I'll have my Poshmark closet set up to be sharing my jewelry so that people can come see what they, so that's something new that I'm trying. And this one, no, this one's actually only for sale on my website, which I shouldn't.
Okay. Oh, and what is your website, Maggie?
Refashionedhippie.shop.
Oh,
yeah, I'm learning. I'm learning. But yeah, I posted all of these because I got them last night, and I was like, I have to do this really quick. So I haven't cross posted them everywhere, but before you called me on it, I was going to pretend I was a professional. But yeah, so that, and again, that's why people.
We're just trying to make you sales, Maggie.
Kidding.
Um,
Smart.
Oh, look at that! That's so cool. Sorry.
Oh, look at that. We're going to the jewelry. Okay, she has her. Whoa, there you have it.
There it is.
There. Maggie, can you increase the price?
Oh,
Come on,
that's
it's
nice.
beautiful. It's beautiful, guys. Look, go to her website, refashionhippie.shop, and you can buy the beautiful necklace that she's wearing right now for $16. What are you waiting for? What a beautiful website, Maggie.
Oh, thank you. Also, it's set up through Shopify, which is linked to my list perfectly. So
Yes.
I have about 500 listings on there in like 2 days.
Wow.
By the way, just yeah. By the way. Yeah, I felt really good.
While you're creating content, okay, Erin, how much is your Instagram account? How many followers you have?
I think 160 now.
Okay, no, not 160.
Wow.
160,000.
Oh, yeah.
Just saying, okay. Every time that she says
Amazing.
she's forgetting the thousands.
Well, no, but really, like, but the reason people will come back, because like you can get anybody to buy something from your Poshmark closet one time, right? You get a cute dress, you could put a good price on that, they'll buy it. But because Poshmark really is becoming the social platform, you should lean into that. If you're not doing Poshmark shows, please do it. Anytime you can get somebody to get to know you, to get to know your story, to get to know the reason that you're selling, you have someone who's going to buy from you for life. People know that I do it for my daughter and my charity. And just for that, people will come to me first. People will come to me and say, hey, do you have any size 10 jeans? I need this. People come to me with weird requests. Like one girl said, I need to be a fairy in 2 weeks. It's like, girl, I got you. Like, but they come back for you. Anybody can find jeans. But if they want to support you, if they want to support your mission, show your face. Tell them who you are. Do stupid stuff. Like say, hey, I like big dumb things. Do you like big dumb things? Let's do it together. Like that matters. That matters.
I really think that it really, I like the part, everything you said, it's spot on. But one of the things that you mentioned, is that how these lives allow you to be in a very intimate relationship with your audience. And that allowed you to identify who are your buyers. That you want to understand key on anything, whether it's software with List Perfectly, the clothing vault. I'm sorry, I forgot. Hold on, I forgot. Well, I'm gonna say refashionhippie.shop. Okay, and on your closet is Maggie and
Ripley. Refashion
Ripley, yes.
For Poshmark.
And that's what I love. Maggie and Ripley. Why? Because she's already sharing with you. Hey, I'm doing this for my daughter. And when we buyers know your mission, what you're doing. Maybe Kimberly was, you can see on her, we have a beautiful blog post. We have even also an interview here in YouTube, okay? In the case of Kimberly, she wanted to be her own boss and also discover, okay, other career, and she found it on List Perfectly. So we're very honored to have you here, Kimberly.
And last thing, I swear, and then I'll stop interrupting. For anybody who's saying that sounds great, but I don't want to be on camera, you don't have to be. You can do a silent show. There are some people who literally just show a movie in the background so people can shop silently while watching.
That's what I was going to ask you. What happens if I'm like, okay, hold on, Samsung phone, whatever, ding dong. Okay, and let's say, it's like the mailman, okay, and I have like 40 packages, you know how it is, and beep, sometimes they go like, and we don't have the one sheet, right? So what happens if I have to go 15 minutes and my life, my post life still going?
All right, so 2 things. One, there is a new feature that they're rolling out. It will be available to everybody soon, where you can have a co-host. So you can be hosting a show who appears in a little corner, and they can talk to you. So you and your friend can host a show together, which is great. And I'm not kidding. If you're scared, let me do it with you. Message me on Poshmark. I will do a show with you. I love what I do. If I can help, I want to. But 2, for anyone who's saying like, oh, I'm an introvert. No, because I am. These guys know me. I'm a freak in real life. But
yes, you wouldn't believe in person, Maggie is so introvert. Okay, literally. Okay, very introvert.
But just like here, you can leave. It's a party. You can leave anytime. Look, they can't stop me. I'm going away. There's nothing they can do. But that's what it's like when you're live on Poshmark. Like if you're there
Yeah.
and it feels weird and you're like, I hate this, you can go bye-bye and everyone leaves. Like it's the best party I've ever been to.
Wow. So there you have it. She said, if you want someone to help you host, Maggie Maggie and Ripley, there it is. She's a Posh ambassador. She's saying she will co-host with you. Look at her stats. Okay, it's just insane. So there you have it. Someone that is willing to help you, and in this journey, don't take advantage of this and don't miss out on this, because she's gonna get a list fast. So be sure to send that message today to Maggie on Poshmark, and start preparing yourself to co-host and start growing on Poshmark, because every time you test these new features on Poshmark, you are gonna experience sales. Now, Kimberly has never. Have you ever done a live, Kim?
No.
And
No.
will you ever do a live, Kim?
Oh God.
What? I thought you would say no.
Well, I hate to say, never say never, because I never thought I'd be coming on a live for List Perfectly, but so I can't say never. I can't, because but I don't see it happening anytime in the near future. Me doing a Posh live, I don't see it. But you never know.
So can we talk about your sales before and after the List Perfectly Poshmark sharing tool? How was that for you? Because for those of you who don't know, I'm going to share right away. Kimberly is a native eBay lister seller, and we all have our niche. Maggie is a native Poshmark seller, okay? And then they transition. But if you want to know more about Kim Rose reseller journey, here you have it on our blog post, okay? And you can search, but you just put Kim, and then she tells you, she shares, everything. Look at her. She's so much fun. She writes a lot of blog posts. There is her mom. We love you, Mom.
Mom.
Yes, we love your.
My mom is watching.
Yep. So that's that's one of the things that I can imagine, leaving your scientist job, okay, and now you're able to go and source with your mom, Kim, and then I know you were trying to sell on Poshmark. That wasn't working really good. And tell us a little about your challenges with, just trying to grow your business before the List Perfectly Poshmark sharing tool, Kim.
Yeah, and a lot of it has to do with, like I said, just I wouldn't remember to share my closet, and just things like that where, I can blame myself for that. It was not a case of me being, having a Post-it note, everywhere, so I would remember to do it, but I admit it was, my closet was dead, like Maggie was saying.
Yeah.
You don't share, your closet dies, basically. It needs resuscitation big time.
Yeah.
And, since I would only share maybe once a day, if I would remember, it was just didn't have a whole lot of activity. And when I started testing the List Perfectly sharing tool, started seeing, it was weird, because I was looking at it going, wait a minute, there's like movement, it's like when you give CPR to something and it starts breathing again, and it's really cool to watch, because and I was even getting followers at that point, more followers.
There you go.
Because like we said earlier, when you share somebody else's listings through your feed, you're not sharing your own closet, but you're going to get reciprocation. There's that word again. You're going to get reciprocation.
There you go.
Back. It's almost like Posh karma. You're giving out, and it comes back to you tenfold.
Wow.
And it was really awesome. And it's embarrassing to admit, but then again, I know I'm with friends and family here. I went probably 2 months without a sale on Poshmark.
Yeah.
And when I first started testing the List Perfectly sharing tool, it was about 3 days after I started using it, I had 2 sales.
Wow.
That's huge when you went 2 months without a sale.
2 months without a yeah, no, it's the same happened to me, Kim.
Oh,
And Amanda, we're like, what do we need? And then we would share. We had no idea what we were doing. The times
yes.
were wrong. We didn't know what to, someone else's a closet, a listing. I don't get it.
Yeah, exactly. Coming from eBay, it was culture shock. I
Yeah,
remember going, what? I know, it took me quite a while to get to where I even wanted to mess with Poshmark because it was so like, what? It was so foreign, it was like, wait a
yeah,
minute, I can't fit in here because
absolutely.
it's so hinged on that social element that you don't do on eBay. It's set it and forget it
Yeah,
pretty much, except
yeah,
for
that's so
offers.
true.
So, but once you get into it and you get the hang of it, and I actually love Poshmark now. It's just,
Oh, wow.
to me, it's just so user friendly. It's just, and it's the, using List Perfectly to cross post is easy anyway. But
Yeah,
when it's like this, when you fill out when you cross post, it's like boom, boom, boom. It's so fast.
yeah,
But like I said, it's just, especially if you know eBay, you're going to be just fine on Poshmark, especially with the shipping. And it's still weird for me when I sell something on Poshmark to go, oh, I got to wait a minute. It's one label, one price, it's just easy. So yeah, it's
yeah.
been a fun adventure to learn more about Poshmark and get to the point where you understand it better and you actually love it.
Wow. So would you say that thanks to List Perfectly, Poshmark Sharing Tool, that is getting you closer with the community?
Yeah, actually, because it, like in sharing, in sharing my closet, but also in sharing, off of my feed, I see um, my my shares go up, but also my followers go up. And so I'm going in and I'm following people, but it's fun. It's like I'm going in and where I wasn't doing it before and I wasn't seeing other people's faces. I wasn't seeing other people's items and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
When you start seeing those numbers go up, it actually motivates you.
Yeah.
You start you
Sales is the big,
yeah,
it's like a therapy, right? We're sellers, online
yeah.
sellers.
Yeah, so it's been really cool. It's been like it's almost like re-sparked my interest in Poshmark and
Wow.
their whole like community and their whole message,
Right.
of the community. So yeah, it's been really cool.
All right. Thank you, Kim. So real quick, we're going to show you again a video about the List Perfectly sharing tool for Poshmark.
The Poshmark Sharing Tool from List Perfectly is available through the extension with List Perfectly. We're going to run through getting things set up and then see it in action. First, you'll click the List Perfectly extension icon, visit your settings, go over to Poshmark, and then as we scroll down, you may need to select the Poshmark sharing, and once you do, you'll have access to all of the settings. First, we'll go through these settings and explain them. You have the source of pages, so you can choose to do self-shares from My Closet, community shares from the feed page, or a hybrid approach from all pages. You have the max value per session. This is how many shares will take place per each session. A max time delay between sessions. Based on your settings, you'll receive a max value per day that could be accomplished. Time of active sharing.
There you go.
You can choose to set it to be active all day, or you can choose to schedule, where with the schedule enabled, we'll essentially set up a repeat. You
Nice.
can select the order
There you
from
go.
top of your closet to the bottom,
Game changer.
from the bottom to the top, or in a random order. Once you have your settings set up correctly, you would just hit the start sharing. We are inside of a sharing period right now. So I am going to go ahead and hit start sharing. And we now see the extension is gathering the available items from your Poshmark closet. And once all of those items have been gathered, the sharing will start. One thing to note is that you will just need to be logged into your Poshmark account for this to take place.
There you go. There you have it.
I have such a crush on that man. He knows.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, that's Patrick, our Director of Innovation, right hand of Amanda, and employee number 2 after Teresa Cox. An incredible journey of Patrick and incredible guidance from Amanda. Mandy, what would you say? You explained us earlier, what to do. Do you have another beat before, because we're wrapping this up and, we're bringing Dougie. Dougie, come on, Dougie.
Yeah, what was your question again?
So another big no-no.
Another big no-no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that, and it's actually one of the comments. What's the difference between schedule all day and just like the scheduler, like setting a time?
Sorry. Okay, that one. What is the difference between Okay, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I got it. I got it the third time.
So I actually don't recommend sharing like 24 hours a day, because that's not typical behavior. Like, you're not going to be up all day. So we have that. Some people will, because it is like Poshmark understands you could have a VA. Like, a lot of people will have VAs and they'll be across the world, and literally they can share their closet all day. But, in general, when just starting out, I would use the scheduler, and I would use it for the times of the day that you would typically be active on Poshmark. So that's the purpose of that.
Nice. But Kathy has incredible. Thank you, Kathy. Another question from Kathy says, "What's the difference between top to bottom and bottom to top? Can you show us in a closet?"
Yeah, this is actually something that we discovered, that if we put some reasonable sharing limits, right? So you don't get to share jail. If what we do is every day the sharing starts over, which is how it is in some other services, you may never ever share the last part of your closet. Like, you'll end up only sharing whatever's at the top. So this setting will say, okay, maybe I shared yesterday the top to bottom. Today I'll go bottom up. So I get all of those listings that are at the end of my closet. And this really matters if you have thousands of listings in your closet. If you don't, it won't matter. But we have a random too. Go ahead, Maggie.
I just want to add really quick. I always just share by random because I want people to see new things. But there are some sellers who like to organize their closet by like all tops, all jeans, all skirts, or they like to do, here's all my blues, all my reds, all my yellows. So if you want to organize that on Poshmark and then just keep it consistent, that's another good thing to use that bottom to top. It'll share in the order that you want your closet in. I am not that organized, but it gives you that. You set it up a certain way and you want to keep it that way, you can. That's all I want to say.
Beautiful, so much. That's amazing. We're coming to the end of this session. Dougie, what do you think, Dougie?
I thought it was an amazing session. I do have to weigh in, though, on this Patrick love. That's actually why I came back. And, Patrick is great. He's handsome, and he does have a great voice, but I didn't want to do this, ladies and gentlemen, but Patrick, all effects, Patrick's natural voice kind of sounds like this. So I have to go in and add reverb.
We're adding filters. Got it.
I have the machismo filter that I add to his voice, but he's like this.
You got the hair.
Oh, thank you.
You got the hair.
Okay, guys, I'm not kidding. I muted myself because my husband came down and I was like, oh, did he hear what I said about Patrick?
He came down.
Uh-oh.
Well, once he hears the real voice, he won't be threatened. Very delicate, fragile ego. But no, this was a great session, a great deeper dive. Growing and expanding your business on Poshmark, and then if you're if you're looking to come over, from eBay, we know it's intimidating. We understand. eBay to Poshmark too. And, obviously we talked about the List Perfectly sharing tool Poshmark sharing tool that will help you grow and expand. But, things that stood out. Oh, I thought Patrick was behind me. I apologize, Maggie. Anyway, but I will tell you, ladies, Patrick and I were talking yesterday about maybe doing some listing parties together. So,
Ooh.
Listing party.
Maggie, I do appreciate that. But
Maybe if you need to find a buddy to do a Poshmark show, you can go on the List Perfectly Facebook group and find someone you mesh with.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go. But yeah, I know we talked about sharing community content, some great tips there, reciprocal sharing, connecting with your people, your buyers, connecting with your community, and then obviously revisiting the Poshmark, the List Perfectly Poshmark sharing tool. And Clara is sharing the amazing listing party, and listing party is great because it's basically a community, and it goes along with that ground that Poshmark and eBay to a certain extent laid years ago. Selling, community, connection, engagement. Because what we do is a lonely. It can be a lonely business. Somebody asked me the other day, when was the last time I left the house? And I was like, I don't know. You know what? I don't know. I better check on that app that my wife uses to follow me around. And then I took my son to school today. It was a huge deal, but I love listing party. It's our community. It's your community. It's a selling community. 24/7, every day of the week, there are parties, and some topic based, some fun, some educational. And you can also go into the 24/7 room and just list and hang out and talk about stuff. It's kind of like a lounge, but we're talking about all kinds of different things. This is going to be another area that's going to grow crazily.
Yes.
And then, so great job, everybody. Thank you so much. Thanks, Maggie, Refashion Hippie, for coming back.
Maggie. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thanks, Kim. And
Thank
unfortunately, unfortunately, Maggie, after your Patrick comments, we can't have you on again. So enjoy your last live. Oh, just kidding. Just kidding, everybody. Here we go. So I'm here all week long. Tip your waitress. All right. So one thing we want to do, or we try to do, is we try to give away List Perfectly to someone new if you haven't tried it. So is there anybody new? And don't try to fool us, because we'll be able to tell. We may know off the top of our head, but if not, we can tell if you're not new. So if you're new, say, hey, I'm new. And if not, we can hold over. It's not like the lottery. It's going to stay at 3 months free. It's not going to get up to 1 billion months free, because the man will kill us all. So anyone without List Perfectly, if you haven't tried it yet?
Yes, if you have a friend, okay, Kim, Maggie, Daggy, okay, anybody, if you have a friend, okay, maybe someone that is with a challenge, okay, or whatever they're going through, or, they're moving, or maybe they're going through life challenges, tell them to come over here, okay, by noon, okay, we're giving freebies perfectly so we can help them, and it's absolutely free. Whoops, we're there. I'm new, okay, Facebook user, would you do me a favor, all right? You need to message us to community@listperfectly. Community. Hold on. Can you type it out? Okay.
Her name, this is through the magic of technology, Mary Ann Schneider, ladies and gentlemen.
Marianne, congratulations. Please email us to community@listperfectly.com. With that email, we're going to be able to give you the free List Perfectly. Congratulations, and you choose any plan. But what plan should they choose, Maggie?
Okay, so I started with the business. I started with the basic. I started with the basic plan, and then I slowly worked my way up. If you're getting it for free, girl, go with the bells and whistles. Do it. Because if it's too much, you can step it down. Do it. It's free. Do it.
I love you, Maggie.
Okay,
This is gonna, Doug, I want this snippet. I want this snippet. Okay, this is gonna go on all channels. I love it, Maggie. I love you so much. You crack me up. And I want to say thank you to your husband and your daughter. That give you so much support in this incredible journey, and they really nurture your amazing personality.
And I want to say thank you to Patrick.
Oh, you're so welcome. We'll make sure we tell him. Okay.
I'll let him know you said hello.
Oh, there she create your best life. Well, yes, perfect. Okay, thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Kimi. Thank you for everything. Mandy's always she's poker face, but don't worry, she's already building more features for Poshmark. Maybe offers. I don't know. Okay, I said it. Okay. Okay. I can't.
One never knows.
One never knows. Stay tuned and come back and see us next Friday at 11 a.m. Pacific
I
time.
love you, but you can be the worst. You do this to me. It's like an emotional roller coaster. I think we're on the way down. We're approaching the station. Then you go like
More.
I love it. I love it. Thank you, Maggie. Thank you, Daggy. Thank you, Mandy. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, beautiful community. Have a beautiful weekend. Let's have many sales and go and play with the least perfectly Poshmark sharing tool that is going to keep you safe and help you increase your sales. Thank you, Mandy, for building it. But actually, it's me, okay? But no worries.
Thank you, everybody.
All right, thanks.